Tonight, the severe weather threat as we come on the air. 75 million Americans under alerts. Storms from Chicago, the Midwest, now headed for the Northeast. President Biden and former President Trump, final preps tonight for the big debate. The manhunt in New York City focused on Central Park. And the famous actress now battling Alzheimer's. First tonight, that severe storm threat from the Midwest to the Northeast. Dangerous thunderstorms, hail, possibly damaging winds. Ginger Zee standing by with the forecast. The high-stakes, earliest ever presidential debate just 48 hours away now, Thursday night. President Biden and the mock 90-minute debates at Camp David focused on substance. Donald Trump and what he's saying about Biden's ability on that debate stage and about the new rules involving mics and no audience. Tonight, special counsel Jack Smith revealing never-before-seen photos showing classified documents and how they were allegedly stored at Mar-a-Lago amid accusations from Trump's team that FBI agents mishandled the documents. And in New York tonight, the gag order partially lifted in the hush money case where a jury convicted Donald Trump. So what does this mean now that he can talk about it with this debate coming? Tonight, for the first time, Martha Raddatz on the $230 million U.S.-built pier off Gaza. She is there to report on this being built to deliver humanitarian aid to Palestinian civilians caught in the middle of this war. Martha tonight on the challenges in keeping this pier up and running. Just in, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange late today, now back on U.S. territory tonight to plead guilty after fighting extradition for years, where he will go free. In New York City, the urgent manhunt for a suspect wanted for sexually assaulting a woman in Central Park. Officers now flooding the park. Celine Dion now sharing a harrowing moment, suffering a seizure for several minutes on camera, and why she wants people to see it. Tonight, amid this heat, the major new nationwide recall involving more than a dozen brands of ice cream. And tonight, hear the family of a legendary actress revealing her battle with Alzheimer's.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Tuesday night. We begin tonight with these severe storms on the move. 75 million Americans on alert from the Midwest to the Northeast. The severe weather threat from South Dakota to Ohio tomorrow right into the Northeast, reaching the I-95 corridor with damaging winds, hail, the potential for isolated tornadoes as well. This includes New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and much of it could hit right during the evening commute tomorrow. Already tonight, look at this. The Chicago area slammed with torrential rains and winds gusting more than 60 miles an hour, taking down trees and snarling air traffic at the city's airports. Also tonight, the life-threatening heat across many states and the flooding, the dam here in the U.S., and the imminent threat of failure. We're watching it all. Ginger Zee with the forecast and ABC's Melissa Adan with the images tonight.
Tonight, severe storms packing high winds and driving rain, barreling east after taking out trees in the Chicago suburbs.
It sounded like this giant crash, and I assumed for a second that it was just our patio umbrella, but it wasn't.
Meanwhile, in southern Minnesota, officials and residents downstream of the Adan Dam outside Mankato praying it will hold after the worst flooding in nearly 60 years.
The previous flood in 1965 completely overtopped and inundated the dam as well. It didn't breach the west abutment because there wasn't the debris accumulation like this.
Officials say water overlapped the dam and eroded a path around it early Monday. The force of the water taking trees and debris downstream, mangling this power substation. Jenny Barnes was up making pies at her family's store beside the dam around 2 a.m.
Almost done cleaning up, heard a big boom.
The home she grew up in now on the edge of a cliff.
We are just downstream from that dam, and you can see how bad this barn is flooded. Well, the dam was built in 1910, and officials fear if it fully fills, homes like this could fall in along with all that water.
The damage across the region is devastating. Massive sinkholes forming in North Sioux City, South Dakota. The McCook Lake neighborhood completely gutted by floodwaters. Roads disintegrated, homes hanging by a thread.
And David, you can see from this angle all of the branches and debris piled up at the dam. Officials are asking residents to stay at a safe distance and warning folks downstream to stay alert. David.
An extraordinary image. Melissa, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee tonight, tracking it all again for us. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, David. We just got a brand new severe thunderstorm watch moments ago, and this one connects the others. Anywhere from Illinois back through southern Iowa over to South Dakota, you're all in that severe watch, meaning tonight you could see winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. You could also see some of that hail get as large as 2.5 inches in diameter. An isolated tornado could happen too. We'll take that right into St. Louis by tomorrow morning. Very ugly radar by tomorrow throughout parts of Missouri, so watch it in the overnight hours. Have 2 ways of getting warnings. Then this same front marches to the east, so West Virginia gets it, Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, like you mentioned, in the drive, but also into the evening and late night. New York City, New Jersey, all the way up to close to Boston, Rhode Island included there. It's Wednesday night for you, and some of that rain will be heavy at times. Now, heat. One note on this, it will be focused tomorrow, Greenville, Mississippi, Memphis again with those excessive heat warnings right in southern Oklahoma, northern Texas. David.
Could be a dicey 24 hours ahead for sure. Ginger with us. We'll see you in the morning, Ginger. Now to the race for the White House, the high-stakes, earliest ever presidential debate just 48 hours away now. You can see the CNN debate Thursday night right here on ABC. We will be carrying it too. Tonight, we're learning about President Biden and the mock 90-minute debates being held at Camp David, focused on substance, and Donald Trump and what he's saying about Biden's ability on that debate stage now, and about some of the rules for Thursday night, including the mics being off when not talking and no audience. Here's Rachel Scott.
Tonight at Camp David, President Biden's debate prep entering a new phase with formal 90-minute mock debates. Bob Bauer, the president's personal lawyer, standing in for Donald Trump. The intense sessions a stark contrast to Trump, who has been holding campaign events, policy meetings with advisors, and doing media interviews.
And people say, how are you preparing? I'm preparing by taking questions from you and others, if you think about it.
But Trump has also been reflecting on past performances on the debate stage against Biden, especially that first one.
I'm not going to answer the question.
Why would you answer that
because
question?
the question is, the question is,
Justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen,
Trump now telling the Washington Examiner he was very aggressive in that debate, but suggesting he learned a lesson, saying the second time around was different, and I got great marks. And Thursday, of course, there will be another difference. The candidates will only have their mics turned on when it's their turn to speak. There also won't be a studio audience. And Trump's not happy about that, telling the Examiner, to me, the audience is easier because it's telling you what is going on indirectly, with applause or not applause. This room is a sterile, dead room. But some of Trump's aides tell me they hope the absence of a studio audience will actually help their candidate stay on message.
And David, I'm told the Trump campaign is actively discussing how the former president should respond to questions on a range of issues, including January 6th. The former president has vowed to pardon the rioters who stormed the Capitol that day, but his advisors are hoping that he talks about it a little bit more broadly by saying he only plans to do it on a case-by-case basis, David.
We'll see if the question comes up. Rachel Scott, thank you again. This debate Thursday night, you can watch the CNN presidential debate right here on ABC. Our team will be here starting at 8 p.m. Eastern to help set up the night, and then the debate right here at 9 p.m. Of course, we hope you'll watch right here on ABC. We do have one more note on this debate. In New York today, the judge partially lifting the gag order in that hush money case where a jury convicted Donald Trump. Of course, what does this mean now for the debate? And tonight, special counsel Jack Smith revealing never-before-seen photos showing classified documents and how they were allegedly stored at Mar-a-Lago. Victor Akendo now from Florida.
Tonight, special counsel Jack Smith firing back against Donald Trump's claims FBI agents tampered with boxes allegedly containing classified material discovered when they searched his Mar-a-Lago estate. In a new court filing, prosecutors with their most detailed description yet of how Trump allegedly personally chose to keep documents containing some of the nation's most highly guarded secrets among a cluttered collection of keepsakes, including newspapers, thank you notes, Christmas ornaments, magazines, clothing, and photographs of himself and others. Trump's lawyers claim prosecutors have not preserved the boxes in the exact manner in which they were found, insisting they were manipulated. Prosecutors say that's just not true, saying the haphazard manner in which the boxes were packed and stored by Trump made it inevitable that the contents inside would shift. They blasted Trump's claims as the latest unfounded accusations against law enforcement professionals doing their jobs. The case now delayed indefinitely as Judge Eileen Cannon holds multiple hearings on a wide array of motions. She has yet to rule on many of them, causing unusual months-long delays.
And David, there is news tonight in an unrelated case, the Manhattan hush money trial. The judge now partially lifting the gag order, which allows Trump to comment on witnesses, including his former fixer, Michael Cohen, and broadly the jury, which found him guilty on all 34 criminal counts. David?
Again, all of this could come up in the Thursday night debate, which you can watch right here on ABC. Victor, thank you. Just in tonight, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange late today, landing back on U.S. territory to plead guilty after fighting extradition for years. Where he will then go free. Terry Moran has covered this case for years for us.
Tonight, Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks and fugitive from justice, is back on U.S. territory, landing in Saipan in the northern Mariana Islands to appear at the remote federal courthouse there and enter a guilty plea that will set him free. Assange boarding a private jet in London, relaxing on board during the long flight after spending 5 years in a high-security UK prison, held there by authorities while U.S. prosecutors sought his extradition. He agreed to plead guilty to one felony count of conspiracy to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified information, and in exchange, he won't serve any more time. With WikiLeaks, Assange rocked governments around the world, releasing troves of state secrets, especially about the U.S. wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, including this 2007 Apache helicopter attack in Iraq that killed several civilians, including 2 journalists.
We hope to correct some of that attack on the truth.
In 2012, Assange, fleeing arrest, sought asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London and holed up there until 2019, when his hosts kicked him out and the British government put him in prison. And tonight, after years of being celebrated as a hero and condemned as a thief trafficking in stolen documents, he'll be a free man.
I'll really believe it when I have him in front of me and I can take him and hug him, and then it will be real.
Assange's health has deteriorated in prison, his family says. He once faced up to 170 years behind bars, but now he's heading back home to Australia, where his wife and 2 sons are waiting for him. David?
Terry Moran in Washington. Thank you, Terry. Tonight to Gaza, where for the first time, Martha Raddatz on the $230 million U.S.-built pier off Gaza that was built to deliver humanitarian aid to Palestinian civilians caught in the middle of this war. Tonight, Martha from the pier on the security concerns and the challenges keeping this up and running.
It is a pounding, scorching hot ride aboard a U.S. Navy vessel. 1 hour in the Mediterranean Sea along Israel's shore to reach Gaza and get our first look at the $230 million U.S.-built pier in an active war zone.
As we pull up to the floating pier just off of Gaza, we changed into body armor from our life preservers. Make your way over here, please.
Soldiers with automatic weapons standing guard.
If it goes off and we say incoming, that means that we have the rocket, artillery, or mortar coming in here.
Just off that pier, the devastation is breathtaking. Miles of bombed out, flattened neighborhoods as far as the eye can see, smoke billowing out even as we watch.
Seeing the destruction of Gaza behind me makes you realize how important humanitarian missions are to get food into Gaza, but it is also obvious how difficult it is on this floating pier. You feel it go up and down, and you can hear the clanging as well.
Truckloads of aid rolling off that boat, carefully driven down that pier into Gaza.
While there are no boots on the ground on this mission on the shores of Gaza, they do get within 50 feet.
But this massive undertaking with up to 1,000 U.S. service members involved in building, protecting, and manning the pier has suffered multiple setbacks, only delivering aid 17 out of the 39 days it became operational.
You know that your critics, when they read how many times this is broken down or you had to stop, say this is really not doing that much good, it's just cover.
There's that. I understand there are critics of that, but the sea is a violent mistress. She is demanding, and each time that we have taken damage, we've come back stronger.
The pier is authorized for use through the end of July, but that may be extended because even though Benjamin Netanyahu has signaled that the most intense period of the war may be winding down, that does not mean Palestinians won't need massive amounts of aid for a very long time. David?
Well, Martha Raddatz, that was extraordinary access off Gaza tonight. We thank you and the team. Martha, back in Tel Aviv now. Thank you. Meantime, back here in the U.S. tonight, into the Boston area murder case making national headlines, the trial of Karen Reed, accused in the death of her boyfriend, a Boston police officer. Prosecutors say she hit him with her SUV. Her defense team says that never happened, that this is a police cover-up. Here's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, the fate of Karen Reed, now in the hands of a Boston area jury, in the case that divided a community and gripped headlines across the country. Reed charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter in the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. During the drama-filled 2-month trial, prosecutors alleging the two had a fraught relationship, and Reed intentionally hit O'Keefe with her SUV in the winter of 2022, leaving him to freeze and die in the snow.
I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. Those are the words of the defendant. 4 times. You heard testimony from 4 different witnesses who overheard and observed those statements.
But Reed's legal team arguing O'Keefe's injuries were not consistent with being hit by a car. They say on the night of O'Keefe's death, Reed dropped him off at another officer's home where he was beaten before his body was planted on the lawn, claiming she was framed by the police trying to cover it all up.
Is the injury to the head that you saw consistent with having been struck by a vehicle at 24 miles per hour?
It is not, no, sir.
David, tonight O'Keefe's grieving family is remembering him as a beloved uncle and son. If convicted on the most serious charge, Reed could face life in prison. David?
Ariel Reshef reporting. Thank you, Ariel. When we come back, the manhunt in New York City, police flooding Central Park. Celine Dion suffering a seizure on camera for several minutes. And we have learned tonight of a legendary actress now battling Alzheimer's. Tonight, New York City police intensifying the search for a suspect wanted for sexually assaulting a young woman sunbathing in Central Park. Officers today flooding the park with additional patrols and drones overhead. Police also looking through surveillance. The 21-year-old victim fought back. She's now working with police and a sketch artist. We have a consumer recall tonight, a nationwide ice cream recall because of possible listeria contamination. Ice cream producer Totally Cool recalling 13 brands, including Friendly's, Hershey's, and Chipwich. No reports of illnesses. We have much more on our website for you. When we come back here, Celine Dion and the seizure on camera, and then the legendary actress now battling Alzheimer's. To the Index, and Celine Dion sharing a harrowing moment in her new documentary, suffering a seizure lasting several minutes on camera. Clearly in pain, unable to move. It happened while being treated for stiff person syndrome. She comes out of the seizure after receiving 2 doses of nasal spray. Celine insisting the moment remain in the documentary, revealing the challenges of this disease. It's now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Legendary actress Gena Rowlands is battling Alzheimer's, now 94, so many roles, including The Notebook, playing a character with the same disease. Her son, Nick Cassavetes, directed the movie, revealing she's been living with Alzheimer's for 5 years now and is in full dementia. What an amazing actress. When we come back here, they are lining up at One Boy's lemonade stand. You'll see why that line is growing and growing tonight. Finally tonight, the 8-year-old at his lemonade stand. Tonight in Southgate, Michigan, outside Detroit, an 8-year-old boy helping to save the animals. Henry Bryant has been setting up a lemonade stand outside his home, selling lemonade and donating all of the money to local animal shelters. The photos of the animals that his customers are actually helping when they buy the lemonade, right there on the stand. Word of Henry's help spreading in a big way across his community. Friends, neighbors, the fire station, the Detroit Iron Mustangs Motorcycle Club, all stopping by Henry's lemonade stand. Henry taking the money to the shelters to help the animals there get much needed and often expensive medical care. It was 2 summers ago when Henry was just 6. He raised more than $2,000 for the Wyandotte Animal Shelter.
It's fantastic seeing such community support for somebody who's trying to raise money to help the medical care for the animals at the shelter.
Tonight, 2 years later, a new number. The stand back up and running. Henry has raised more than $6,400 this time for the Friends of River Rouge Animal Shelter, helping dogs including Elvis, Pop-Tart, Diamond, Russell, and Melba. And right here tonight,
hi Dave, it's me, Henry.
Henry with his own dog, Pickles, and his mom, Shelley. And they tell us tonight that since he began raising money selling lemonade 2 years ago, that number has now reached $15,000.
Henry would just like to give a big thank you. Thank you.
We love it. Henry, we have a feeling that line's going to grow. Keep us posted. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.